So I'd like to put the handlebars back on this bike. And this is what's left of the original handlebars. And you can see on the bottom here that when the bike wrecked, these just sort of tore right off. And here's the other part. This is the rest of it. And so this piece is originally supposed to go on here and sort of lock in like that. And this is supposed to be attached to it. I'd like to basically salvage this thing as much as possible. So I'm gonna remake this. All right, so in order to do that, I've got some 1-inch tube here that is pretty close to the original size tubing. So I think, and you can see this is tubing that's just split. They split it down one side here. So I think if I replicate that with this guy, I could get pretty close. So that's what we're gonna try. All right, so we got to deconstruct this guy. In order to get our tube out, we have to sort of cut this section here out, and then we can weld our new tube in here. All right, here's what's left of our original tube. We put this back together, try and get an idea of how long it was originally. It's something like 4 inches, 3 3/4, 4 inches. Now I need to go ahead and get this little clampy part off. So I'm gonna need to cut these little welds here off and see what we have left when we're done. All right, so tube here is just a little bit too small. The original one was 1.1/8" outside diameter, and this one's 1 inch. And the wall thickness is the same, and so I'm about 1/8 off, essentially, on this. I don't have 1 1/8" tube. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this all the way, split it all the way, and then we will make it work, man. We're gonna make it work. All right, eventually I have arrived here. Get that guy on there. If I squeeze it. All right, so now take note that there is a slot that goes through this thing up here. I've got some 1/4" rod that fits that perfectly. I've drilled a hole through my tube here And this slots down and it's supposed to fit like right above these threads here. And this guy goes through there. Yeah, and locks that in place. And then you can turn the wheel. So this guy, we need a clamp. Our top piece here will get welded on. But to me, I'm kind of like, why don't I weld it down a little bit lower than that? Why am I welding it so high? It's funny how similar this is to a bicycle. All right, so now we've got this guy welded up on the one end here. We've got our little bar that goes through the middle that welded in. We've got this clampy thing welded on there, and this should work. Bolt still fits through there. Yes. So that's on. Now we got to do the top part here. This is what all of our handlebars actually mount to. You can see I've got all kinds of slop in here. So, and they had it up here like this, and I see no reason not to do the same thing. I just need to make sure that the handlebars are straight. All right, so I need to line this guy up with my wheel in the front. And of course my method includes a laser. So I can line up my axle. I can shoot this beam straight across the axle so I know the axle's lined up. And I can have that same beam line up this guy here. So this will be the same, this will be in parallel with the axle. I find this laser to be of great utility in building this front end. All right, so there it is. There's our clamp on there. I have got 2 tacks on there. I'm gonna leave it like that for now until we get the things more assembled, and then I can make sure that this feel is correct when I'm actually pushing it around. We can go ahead and get our handlebars on here though. Yeah, it is. It's looking real funny. This bicycle, this scooter. Look at that. Look at the handlebars. It looks so ridiculous. It looks so ridiculous. It is so interesting how, as the bike develops and progresses, how it goes through these different looks. Like, it was looking pretty sleek, relatively, until we put these handlebars on here. Now it looks kind of dorky at the moment. So, like, the handlebars are way up here and they're kind of big, and then we got this little tiny wheel down there. So it's pretty funny. So we got some handlebars now, which is great. We did this clampy thing up here. We used some lasers. We were productive. We got something done and accomplished today. So it's been a good day, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.